Hey guys, it's that time again. And we are looking at the first map on the siege, or it might be the second map, hard to tell. As you can see, this is the fort. And let's see, who are these defenders? So there's the 37th foot. No doubt they are defending from the Russians, I think it is, possibly. Yeah, it looks like the Russians. So, you can see artillery out there. This is your nice big entrance to... Now, for those of you that remember this, any things coming to mind here? Yeah, this is Helm's Deep. This is Helm's Deep, Napoleonic style. So, let's see, there we go. So there's the Russians. There's Ranger making his way up in towards the base. Looks like the Russians have got the colours of the English. Now you've got a nice high tower up there. Can't be used for anything except just barbecuing maybe. Hard to say. And you then got our entrance here. So now if you look down here, a little bit of a graphical glitch there I think. This will be the main entrance into the cave. So there's your spawn point. And so on and so forth. So this will be the spawn point where they start. Obviously sinister black hole over there. And these guys will obviously then come out of this spawn point, protected by those doors. Little bit of a graphical foobar there, but never mind. These things happen. This is a new map. So you've also then got the inner keep here, being defended, along with doors there being slammed in people's faces. A few little bits and bobs here, but never mind. So those might have been taken out by the wall, I don't know. Could be just... I haven't loaded the map properly or fully or something along those lines. But then you've also got the entrance from the outer keep to the inner keep. So you've got that bridgeway there. And you've also then got over here another entrance, which seems to be the main area that the 77Y are pouring into now. Into the inner keep. So they are also using the outer keep there as well to take cover and fire at the defenders who are on this corner wall, including that guy who's now hanging by his ankles. So you've got these fine fellows here, the 88th. And there's Corporal Aether. They are defending to the hilt. Who is that fine fellow holding the colours? There's Fine Apple. 84E Fine Apple. And you can see basically this is the weak area for the defending English, as this is where the Russians are pouring into. Oh look, we've even got lightning effects. Here we go. See, look, they're coming up here. They bashed the door down, and you've got rain effects and thunder. So very good stuff. And you've obviously got defensive areas here, and your cannoneers are up here. So let's see who our fine cannoneers are on this day. Jack Prime and the rubberized one. Yes, he is there doing the funky cannon thing with his spyglass. So, Mr. Rubber is in position, and as to get stabbed. So, so let's see. Here is the 5th Brigade 68th, Recruit Farius. They are moving up and following the 77Y through this breach in the wall. So you can see this breach in the wall is into the outer keep, and we are looking to see what's going on. As you can see, look, they are defending that. Now, the thing is, what I am surprised about is the English don't have many defenders here. I think they're trying to stop them getting to this section, which I think is a fair assessment of what they're doing. However, the English here are about to be cut off. So, you can see a few of the people going down. 77Y Augie there, unfortunately, is no more. And you've also got this little area here, which is a nice little outcropping to shoot people coming up the main area. So Cadet Spook is no more, and fire coming in from the enemy as they are attempting to push into the keep here. So let's see who this fella is. There's Major Pike going in. Oh, nice stab, sir. Nice stab. That's some very nice stabbing going on there by this Russian gentleman. And they are on the inside of the keep. There's the flag. That's the point they're defending. So, what's going to happen? Because There could be Russians in the area. Russians are going to be pouring in from this side. There you go. You see another one coming through the smoke. More looks like they're loading up. Who's this fine fellow? There's Tonsa. And you've also got Zimo 4 at the back here, loading up before he makes a charge round the corner. So, more of the 77Y coming along here. There you go. There's Sergeant Gaz, complete with piping gob. And he is making his way over there. And you can see they're going to go in through this left-hand side of the keep. Let's see from a higher level how things are going. So here's the keep, as you can see. So, outer wall breached. Not a sign of an elf. No elves. No elves on this map, I have to say. And a bloody good thing too, pointy-eared little gits. Anyway, these are the English defenders here on the left. Nice blockade area, hiding behind the brick walls, pouring fire down onto the approaching Russians as they're coming in through that door and that door into the inner keep. You've also got guys pouring fire down as there. Looks like those cannons have already been neutralised, as it could be a serious issue with sheer weight of numbers any second. So we're going to go up high and watch this. There we go. Yep, you see that in the middle there? That's a whole world of hurt. So, you see some of them coming through the door at the front, as these guys, they do have the, it looks like they've got the Russian flag. Somebody's sitting down as Facepalm takes a bullet to his face. And we are waiting to see what happens, because the large contingent of the 77Y are making their way through. Now, I notice there's nobody out on the main wall, which is not really unsurprising, as there is a free entry to that area, the rubberized wall section. So here we go. You've got a section of the 77Y going round to the right along this bridge. I'm surprised they're not splitting up and actually going more left, more right. Oh, no, they are. Correction. So they're pouring out left and right in all directions. So you've got, looks like some of the 5th Brigade there moving in the left side, and members of the 77Y moving in on the right. Huge amounts of team killing and stabby goodness everywhere. And the odd cannon fire here and there. This is all good. So there you go. There's a nice cannon there being pointed at anybody. You can't see anything because of all the damn smoke. But these guys are determined to defend. And the Russians have made it to the steps of the cave. They have made it to the steps of the cave, and that is where they're going to want to be in order to get this thing here down there. So we'll wait and see how these guys get on, because they could be fighting against sheer weight of numbers of the 77Y. So let's see. There's a lot of 77Y lying down, I have to say. If anyone wants any free cartridges or free guns, this is the place to go, as they are virtually littering the place. Okay. So, let's have a see. The open space is in the tunnel for me, apparently, which is nice. That's quite nice. Yeah, we can see down there. That's cool. So, let's see what's going on. Okay. That's very, very kindly of him. So, let's see. There we go. So, this is the final battle for possession of the fort. Now, you've got loads of people coming in. Look at that. Doesn't that look lovely? Oh. So, we'll take cover behind this wall, as we are looking at more of the Russians pouring in. Look at these guys trying to get up the steps, going in. Oh, taking a bullet to the face. Not very good there. That's Token now, I think, just going down. More stabby goodness on the stairs. This is going to give them a problem. They've got this choke point that they've got to make up. And the question is, you can see the fire coming in from the English contingent. They are doing a fantastic job of defending this fort. You shall not pass, says 37-foot Demon Dan. Yeah, technically speaking, the wrong movie, as that was in Moria, not in Helm's Deep. But, never mind. Yeah, where the hell is AMR? Anyway, we're looking at PFC Mr. Blue as they are making their way. Look, here we go. Look at all these guys. There are Russians on the right-hand side, Russians up the centre, Russians on the left, and A gentleman with a dappy moustache. There we go. Cadet Dirk with his dapper moustache. And we just see what's going on. There we go. Looks like the Russians have tried to grab the English flag. And the sheer number of Russians that will be coming any second now is going to make this very hard for the English to defend. Here we go. See, look, there we go. There's the numbers. There's the numbers. And any minute now, the thing is, there's not enough English to defend that point. They are going to get swarmed. Here it comes. Here it comes. This is the swarming. You can see the English flag has been stolen by the Russians. And there are so many Russians around this area, they are just pouring all over them. And there's not much they can do. And they're going in and stabbing them. Oh my god, they're having to walk over loads of bodies. And there's a redcoat at the back there. And the Russians have captured the fort. As we make our way through the veritable queue of Russians. So there we go. It looks like the teams are going to be swapped by Mao. And we'll move on to the next round. Stay tuned. And we are live for the next round. So, this is the fort being defended by the fine English persons. Now the 77Y, there's Hobo destroying barricades. Can't trust hobos today. And somebody having trouble. Who's having trouble? Joseph having trouble with doors. They're just not cut out for doors. So, you've got all these defensive places here. As you can see, this has not been destroyed. No kind of damage done to it. Ah, that was the reason why. So that wall, obviously they'd shot through there. And that it had crashed into that wall. And there we go. So, let's just see. So there is the main wall. There we go. See, look, they're going for the side walls. And there, and also you've got the main keep. Okay. So this is the other area here. This is the other cannon area, obviously. You've got ladders to move up. And that's exactly what they're going to be focusing on. So, nice little river. And these guys are obviously getting set up, ready to go, getting into position. And waiting for the ladder to go up. However, the 77Y, let's just check this is the 77. Yeah, there you go. They have now rotated over to the right. And here we go. Loads of people. Loads of people there. Up the ladder they come. Here we go. Loads going on. As you can see, plenty of stabby goodness. As the Russians are making their way up the ladder. Look at that. A veritable queue of Russians. Doing a nice conga line. Up the ladder. So, into loads of bayonet-y goodness, courtesy of the English. So you can see cannons coming in. Oh, Temerai with a nice kill onto the 88th. Wow. Good shot by Temerai there. As the Russians are pouring into the deeping wall here. And it's not looking good for them. Let's see. Who are these cannoneers over here? So there is that silly Lucas. Looking very dapper as usual. And he is teamed up with the Baker. Now, who is doing any kind of cannon goodness? Nobody, because everyone's dead. So, looks like they're even using one cannon on the far right-hand side. Obviously, that's silly Lucas and his teammate, the Baker. And, oh, that's silly Lucas with a massive kill onto a huge amount of the 66th. Ow, ow, and ow. Apparently that might have been an oops, so he might have actually killed some people in the spawn. Which, as you can see, this is the conga line of dead people. So that was where the cannonball bounced. And it went through this gentleman, bounced, 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 and bounced. And took this gentleman out of the back as well. So, nice shot by the silly Lucas. And let's see what the cannoneers over here on the left are doing. So, oh, these fine Guardians here. There's the 81st there. Defending, there's Baker taking out some more of the 88th. Look at that coming in. Okay, let's see. Who is this? There's Artillery Gunner Oscar. And Menasaur firing. So, all good stuff. Now, let's see who these fine fellows are as they're making their way into the battle. So, there's the 4E. Led by, of course, there's Major... Is that Major LaSalle leading that section of the 4E? And there's Gilles. And who is this gentleman? There's Cadet Skill RXX. So, you see some of the Russians making their way up, the odd partisan, -1 partisan, making their way across the brook here and trying to get back the ladder up the top here so they can make a push into the deepening walls. So, let's see. Because there's also the main fort. Now, the question is, oh, Marbo with a kill on to... Oh, Marbo and the Baker. Oh, goodness me. Double kill. Holy crap, that was nasty. That was a lot of dead bodies. That was not nice at all. So, bouncing cannonballs out the other side, otherwise known as a painful day. So, as we move back to the main fort and see how things go for the Russians. Now, obviously, what you're seeing is a lot of Russian corpses, but not so many English corpses. But we'll see. Let's have a look at the numbers. 86 alive, 84. So the numbers are kind of relatively equal. As you can see, these Russians having a big problem getting up onto the... onto there. That brave fella, oh, that was poor old Private Juicy. Holding the colours, taking them up, trying to get in there with the ladder. There we go. Colours go at the top of the ladder. He then dies prostrate in his Superman pose. So there is Guard Braxton doing his Superman. Let's see, I think that's Guard Braxton anyway. So there we go. And another one. No, sorry, that wasn't Guard Braxton. But anyway. You can see there the flag at the top of the ladder. The ladder has been now thrown back down. So they've got to get that ladder back up again. The question is, can they do it in time? As cannonballs coming through, taking out... Oh, Baker and Murray with 2 cannonball kills. Oh, my heavens. Look at that. The 81st are really suffering from these cannonball shots. Coming in from the 77Y artillerymen. Okay, so... let's see. There is 77Y Jacob. And that's Silly Lucas with a nice kill. Oh my goodness, so many kills. What's going on? Look at this, a veritable line of bodies. Look. They're all doing this flipping conga line. This artillery conga line. Just splat through the lines. Yeah, and somebody surrendered already. So, Demon Dan has now surrendered. Hey-ho, never mind. There's Johnny B making their way up to the fort. Let's have a look. Have there been any... Yes, there has. They've concentrated fire on the main door. The main door has been splintered asunder. And who are these fellas? This is the 77Y. We have the cadets here and... Oh, fire coming in. Look at that. Look at that. There we go. Loads of fire coming in. Oh, a couple of Russians made it through. Nice stab. Nice stab into Aragonlander. As they're trying to get one of these doors open, maybe. Let's see. No, a couple of hidey holes people out here. Is Flying Man and Feet. They're hiding. They're coming back in. And they're going in to do some stabbiness. So, this poor Russian here did not last very well. As Baker... Oh, God. Look at that Temurai. That Silly Lucas, Baker, 19-0, 14-0, 13-0. Okay, now they're just taking the piss. So, let's see what happens. Here is the ladder which these guys have got to try and get back up as quickly as possible as Jill just stabs Murray and then dies to a bayonet. So, serves him right for stabbing his teammate. So there's the flag for the Russians. They're going to try and get that ladder up into there. Now, the only problem I'm seeing is the fact that the artillery is not focusing fire. Ah, there we go. They've got some focused fire down on here, so they can get up onto the deepening wall here. Underneath that cannon, so that's good placement there. And over the other side as well. So that's all very good for them. Lots of Russians coming in. Now. Oh, pardon moi. How rude. As we are moving into, have a look at what these guys are doing. Who is this? Oh, it's the rubbery one. The rubbery one with his teammate Gunnar Thomas, with mustachioed blondness. And let's see, who is this? A gentleman on the mortar. This is Jacob. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Jacob, what have you done to your face, you poor sod? He looks like he's... Yeah, he looks like when he got born, his mother slapped him. But never mind. Anyway, let's see. Lots of kills there from the mortars and the cannons. More cannons coming in. As these cannons now, looks like they might have been silenced. No, let's see. You've still got that Silly Lucas, I think, and Baker. Yep, that Silly Lucas and the Baker over here on the right side. Now, the question is, are the English going to try and silence them? Well, the Swede is going to get silenced. So, I think the problem is that they are not snaking around enough. So these guys are snaking. So that's good, because at the moment, they are basically just asking for a cannon in the face. And, oh, Jacob just died. So, this is where the problem lies, is that if you're in a line in format, unless you're snaking left and right, is you're going to get a cannonball straight through the nozzle and out the other side. And this is where the problem lies. So, it's a matter of moving left and right, and trying to avoid being in a line. Ideally, you want to kind of avoid this, because this is exactly what a cannoneer is looking for. This is heaven. Absolute heaven. So whether or not you approach in a line or a line astride, something like that, or snake it around, whatever, but you want to minimize the damage that is going to be done to you. As you can see, lots of fire into the deepening wall here, and it looks like, yeah, the Baker and that Silly Lucas still there. Is that... No, they have been killed. They have been killed as canister shot coming in from Temerai, taking out quite a substantial number there of the 4E. As, oh, look at this. I didn't know about this. This is good. This is good stuff. It's a back entrance. It's all about the back entrance. Because through here is the back entrance. So, there we go. Look at that. So, you can see here where it comes from. So, there's the main keep. And this is the back wall. And the back passage. Yes, I know. Can't resist it. So you can see there's people up in the keep here, looking down on these guys as they come in through the main wall. So this is looking very good. You've got these guys trying to defend as best they can. Smoke trail being shot to death by a cadet. That's always funny. As we're seeing lots of stabby goodness going on. As... Flyman stabs a cadet. Oh dear, poor cadets. So, here we go. Loads of people coming in. And let's see who these people are. Mr. Blue here defending. And Augustus are defending, because there are just so many people coming through this area that it's just unfortunate for them. They really are having a problem getting through here. So, as you can see, making their way through. All looking very good. There we go. Bashing the door down. And then any minute now, coming under fire. Let's see. Let's see who the defenders are. There's not many defenders. They're not going for rifle fire. Looks like they're going for a little bit of stabby. A little bit of bayonet-y fun. As we are watching them pour out. Now, that's great, but we need to focus on the other areas. Because they are on their way to making a breach here. So that's a pretty substantial wall there. So they're going to have to pour some more fire into that. Now, the door was down, but hard to get through. So as you can see, limited access. They really need to blow that door apart if they can possibly do it. As you can see, loads of cartridges everywhere. There's been absolute death trap. As Private Pucky Puck was taking a pot shot at people. So, you got these fellas over here, Feet and Co., leading as you have the Russian contingents making their way in to those rubbled areas on the deepening wall on the right-hand side of the fort. As we watch... Oh, Gunner, see what I mean? Look, what did I tell you? Gunner Thomas, a cannonball right through the middle of them. Not good. Not good, unfortunately, for the attacking Russians. That took down a significant amount of their number. And let's see what's going on as we are looking at them making their way up their rubble. As we've got some people coming into the main door, as you probably noticed from the chat. However, look at that fire. They are going to have a hard time there, dodging left and right from all directions. You've got people up there shooting grape shot, then coming out and doing the stabby goodness. And then more grape shot coming in from Temerai up the top there. So I'm guessing that is Che there. And who else is that? There's Gunner Thomas and Jack Prime. And of course that's Silly Lucas on the mortar. So you can see a lot of fire, a lot of stabbing coming in as they are making their way over the deepening wall. Now the question is, can they make it through there? You've got Brad Apple waiting at the gate. Who is that? There's Jojo waiting at the gate. Don't think they can fire through the portcullis on this one. We'll have to find out, see what happens. But you've got English defending the wall and the entrance to the second inner keep, I suppose you could say. Or I'm not sure what you call this, whether or not you call it the inner keep and then the inner keep, or the outer keep. You call this the outer keep, inner keep. Keep it like that. So anyway, because otherwise I'll just get confused and it will all turn horrible. Anyway, so you've got plenty of defenders up here. There is Private Templar. You've got a guy dodging left and right. Look at this. Who is this? Tapuzina Poison. Trying to dodge the bullets. Unfortunately, caught a bullet in the face. Unfortunately, stood still long enough to take a shot. And died. So, apparently Max spawned in the middle of the field. So, yeah. Unlucky there, mate. I'd talk to the map designer. So, let's see. There is Captain Neo for the 88th. Looking resplendent in torpedo-like hat. Oh, sorry, doorstop-like hat. Complete with strange pull toggle on top. I wonder if you pull that toggle, if it inflates into some kind of safety hat. That would be quite cool. Anyway, these guys are attacking the 88th. And they are going to try... Whoops-a-daisy. One of the cadets just killed one of the soldiers. Cadet Spook. And we are seeing them. They are going for the back passage again. Now, this is going to be a killing floor. Look at this. Yeah, look at Temerai. 42 and 2. That's just obscene. Shame on you, sir, for being a good shot. So, this is the problem that this particular area has. It's literally just like bouncing bullets all the way, sides, off here, everything. It's just nothing but bullety death down that corridor, as all these guys are proving. And unfortunately, a lot of the 77Y are crowding around that area. Not very organised, but they're kind of all getting in the way of each other. That's the problem. Whether or not they would decide to push in there, I don't know. But they're going to meet quite a few people any minute. And therein comes the inevitable team killing as they decide to come out of that area. So, you have got more of the Russians over the rubble. On the right-hand side of the deepening wall, and you've got more of them coming up here, 81st. So let's see what's going on, as you've got Captain Revel taking down 2 members of the 77Y. As, look at that. See, this is the problem with this entrance, is the fact that they're all coming down there in force, and it's nothing but a killing ground. It really is. Very unfortunate, but hey-ho. It's all fair in love and war. Now, more Russians. Lots more Russians. Now, the question is, will they see this fella? As he's about to get shot. And he goes in for a stab. Let's see. Let's watch Hutman. Sven. He's already been damaged once by the swinging sabre of the Russians. And he's cut in pieces. So, Sergeant Volume 61 taking down Sven Hutman. As you can see, look at that. Yeah, they're bound to back off. They can't get through there. The amount of fire coming through from the English is... And the bell tolls. It tolls for thee. Anyway, I think they decided to change up their strategy. They're moving over to the main gate. Coming in force through the main gate. Now, the trouble is, this is going to be your area of weakness. Now the question is, can they get that other door down? That would certainly help, but you don't really want to fire on the enemy or on your own troops, because that would just cause a problem. But that entrance into the door is just too small for everyone to pour through in the sheer weight of numbers. So it might be that they need to get somebody to focus the cannon on that door specifically. Maybe take it out a little bit more. You've also got people firing from over here on the right side, and so it's not looking good for that. So I think what they need to do possibly is focus fire some cannons on that, or maybe focus fire on the door, try and take the door and the walls of the main keep out. There we go. Now that's the only drawback with that ladder, is that it's a ladder that essentially goes to nowhere. So we'll wait and see what happens. Now, bouncing cannonballs everywhere as this fine fella is making a very smart retreat from the area of battle to join up with his comrades. That's Green Space Badge. Great name, by the way. So he's waiting for the remainder of the 37th Light to rejoin him on the battlefield as we move over and watch. There's Colonel Deland from the 81st. And we are watching him proceed in a Fortley direction. And see, there we go. See, look at that. Okay, now in we come through the doors. So the guy's going in for the doors, and you can see the fire coming in from this bunch of guys over here, taking cover, taking down loads of the Russians as they try and come in through the door. The guys that stop to fire pretty much get butchered. Very unfortunate for them. You've got fire coming down from the likes of these two canister shots. Looks like that mortar cannon is no longer being looked after. And then you've got these guys who are basically standing by to stab. So as soon as you make it through, you basically get a bayonet in the face. So your survivability quotient is quite low. Now, what happens with this fella? Artie Guardian the Swede. Is he going to try and pick up the flag? Yes, he is. He's going to try and get the flag in and get stabbed in the chest for his trouble. So, this is the entry from the deepening wall into the outer keep. And, oh, look at that. They haven't taken out the portcullis. And it is being opened and lowered. So, question is, where is the control for it? I'm guessing, oh, look, a couple of flags there. So, here we go. Look at this. A nice long ladder up to the top of the keep wall. This might be the option. This might be the chance that the Russians are looking for. So, let's see what's going on. 68 alive against 86. Oh dear. Stabby, stabby goodness. And the ladder gets pushed down again by the English, and they're going to have to get the ladder back up again all the time. There we go. The ladder's back up, right up to the top of the inner keep. And they are, now that there are people on it, they've got to fire down onto the ladder. They will not be able to push that ladder back until there is nobody on it. Which makes sense, you know. I mean, this is war, but there's not to say that you can ignore the laws of gravity. So, as you can see, people on the outer keep there trying to defend that push by the Russians. And they are also holding the main door as these Russians are dodging. Left, right and centre. Don't stop to fire because you're going to fire from that pace. Oh, he's managed to make it all the way through, and he dies at the doorway. Poor Shields. So there's Cadet Trooper on the wall, firing and supporting his friends on the outer keep, who are defending from this laddery attack, this rung-based attack from the Russians. So there's Rickaroo taking pot shots. Oh, yeah, more Russians dying. This is just a death trap for them. Absolutely a death trap for them. So, now the thing is, we are looking at Colonel Clockworks. He is making his way into the deepening wall up there, possibly up to that ladder that's going up to the outer keep. We'll wait and see what's going on. Let's have a look now. Here we go. Here are the denizens and experts of the back passage. Yeah, I know. So the 84E. Oh my goodness, what does he look like? The 84E designated attackers of the back passage. Yeah, I'm going to cop some crap for that one. But they are moving in and going to try and attack this area. So the question is, will the English hold fire? There's only 3 of them defending. No, 4. Here we go. It's about to kick off. Making use of those barrels as cover. Oops, as we get catapulted up. So there you go. The barrels as cover. Now the question is, are the 77Y then going to start rotating people over to the right side? They need to get people over, otherwise this area is going to be breached. There we go. So you've got an arty guard in there. So that's Murray then taken down. Out pour the Russians from the right-hand side. English start pouring out of the inner keep, and they need to get in because that's going to be a weakening area for the English side. Now you can see they're getting up there, going in to try and move the portcullis up, but I don't think you can actually see the controls for it. So that's got to be the most useless door ever in the history of the universe, or at least in this fort. That's a really bad... I heard of swinging doors, but that's a bit ridiculous. Rotating doors? Yeah, whatever. So, there's Marbo in doing the stabby goodness onto the Russian contingent. As we're looking at Johnny B taking pot shots at the members at the open door. Now, I'm not sure why that door is open. That's a bit worrying. Because you want to try and make sure that that door is closed, because otherwise the inner keep will be vulnerable. So you can see this section here has been taken out, so they are able to fire down from the inner keep defense onto the defenders. Now what's going to happen, because what they might do, they might be sneaky. Yep, who hasn't closed the door? They might be sneaky and close the door in their face, and then everybody stand up. Yep, here we go. There we go. So the door's gone down. Fire coming in all over the place. That would be Malekith there, taking pot shots with his musket. And the Russians have made it into the inner keep and the main building inside. So the question is, what is going to happen? Now, bear in mind, there's not a lot of Russians, and there's a crap ton load of English. So, either way, not ideal, but... oh dear. He seems to be lying down on the job. The Russians have made it in through the fort there. So it's looking pretty good as far as we can see. As they are now moving in to the left-hand side. So there is Chris 5A. There's Johnny. Sergeant Joey. Sorry, not Johnny. My apologies. As we've got, there's Chris. He's also taking pot shots at the enemy coming through. Who is this fine fellow? Ah, the rubbery one. He is loading up his cannon ready for a bayonet in the face. Oh, he's not going to bounce back from that one. So, let's see. There is Gnome. Oh, that's Silly Lucas with a nice kill into the 4E. As you see them making their move up there. They're trying to push up there, but I don't think they can actually get up there. I'm not sure. Let's see. Yes, they... can they? Yes, they can. So that's a very sneaky way to get into this area. You've got people up on the top. So there's Danny Ant there. And you've also got... let's see. Who else is in there? There's Corporal Avior. So that's Silly Lucas taking down a couple of the 88th with a nice cannonball shot. And it looks like they're inside the keep. As you can see, the fisticuffs and bayonetti goodness is underway. So, as you can see, look at all that. Bodies everywhere. And 39 to 84. The question is, this is going to be a little bit nasty because the English are slowly being pared down. Their numbers are being taken out, the people are being killed, and there are less people to defend against what is essentially the Russian pain train. So it's only a matter of time, possibly 1 minute and 18 seconds. This is essentially what we're talking about here. They've got 1 minute and 14, 13, 12, yeah. That silly Lucas taking out a load of the 84E again. God, look at that. Look at the scores on that. That's ridiculous. As we are... we have a cave troll! And that dragon bloke, yeah, okay. So, what you can see, essentially, is they are going to start pushing really hard. But what you might also see is the English now pushing out now that they can defend the fort. Or at least they've got 45 seconds to defend the fort. Look, I don't think these guys are actually going to make it in time. This is a large amount of people coming in from all over the place. Firing up. They're going to move down here. You've got the English moving out to the bridge on the right-hand side. They're going to be firing down in the last 30 seconds. I don't think they're going to make it in there in time. As you've got Mao calmly reloading. Not Mao, sorry. Joey there calmly reloading his musket. And I think it could be fair to say that the English have defended the forts. But we'll just have to wait and see with 12 seconds left on the clock. The melee is still occurring in the outer keep area. So part of the problem is that they haven't taken this door down further. So they cannot pour through that in the sheer weight of numbers that they would really need to do. So there you go. The time is ticking over. Now the question is, what's going to happen over the other side of this wall? There we go. There are Russians in the area of the flag. The question is, will they survive? How long will they last? Will the English prevail? Well, they will. There you have it. So, that is that round for a successful win there for the English. They defended the fort, and we'll move on to the next one. And it's time for fun. Fun round. Fun, 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 fun. Oh, bagpiping. Private Madman. Bagpipery goodness. So, let's see. Here are the partisans, complete with large spikes. So this should be interesting. Gunner Demon. Offensive fluting. We like the offensive fluting. So, here we go. Getting everybody set up. A few clippity-clops. Ah, here we go. I think it's fair to say this is going to be a recreation of the arrival of Gandalf. So, we'll see. There we go. So, fighting, pikemen have to try and wipe out the infantry in 90 seconds. Otherwise, they will be attacked by Aztir the White. Now, whether or not that means white as in flag of surrender, or white because of his beard, difficult to say. But he will lead the charge down the hill and into loads of partisans. So there we go, the melee is beginning. Fire all over the place. That is a determined bunch of defenders. So 90 seconds. They're trying to kill as many of the officers as they can. Lots of stabbing going on. There we go. Oh, fire as they're backing up here. The bagpiper is running for it. Yeah, go in there, kill them. Offensive fluting. So, here we go. Oh, you can see them up on the hill there. As they're all now making a run back. Those big girls. Big girls' blouse. Now, the trouble is you've then got Dawn has come, ride for Rohan, and all the rest of it. So, in come the horses. Here we go. Okay. As you can see, these are the clippity-clops on their way for Reddit. So, there are the clippity-clops jumping over the river. Some succeeding, some failing. And some... Oh, look at that. As to where they jump over the top. Courses crashing in. Oh, heavens above. Look at all this. Stabby, stabby goodness. Oh, this is completely ridiculous. Oh, for the Hypnotoad. It's all about the Hypnotoad. So, as you can see, horses all over the place. Ex-horses. Who is that? There's Feet about to be disemboweled with a large pike as the rest of the cowardly officers who were basically disappearing up to the main entrance there. See, now these guys have done a really good job. There we go. They've broken the formation. They're now out and about. Oh, no. Who's that who's gone down? There we go. That was Sticky Rubber who just got stabbed. And you got a... Let's see who's left. Apparently the Orcs have won the day. Who is this last person that's left? It's Chicken. Oh. Okay. So there we go. This is the remaining Chicken. And he is running for it. Aptly, as his name would suggest. So yeah, nice pike formation by the lads. And the final team killing goes in. And stabby, stabby goodness as he dies. So there you have it. Pike defense is just wonderful. Stab. Stab again. And stab yet again. Yes, indeed. So there you go. There you have it. That is it for this evening. Thank you for watching another Siege evening. Take care all.